Hey everyone, this is Mike with DoorDash. Welcome back to one of my videos. This is for primarily the customers that use DoorDash to have food delivered. If you are a driver and want to see other driving videos, make sure you check out my channel because I have plenty of videos there for you. Now here's some tips as a customer I want you to be aware of that you might not already be aware of. Number one, when you go to schedule food delivery, make sure you put in the right address and the location. Verify that we're delivering it to exactly your location. There's a section there that has notes. In the notes section, you can include suite numbers, directions to a certain unit, gate codes if we have to get into a gated community, something of that nature. You know, it always helps when I see, oh, suite 201 upstairs above Chase Bank. It's nice to see things like that because it helps us as a driver find you faster, which means getting the food to you faster. So I appreciate you using the notes. The second tip on there I'm going to add is a part of it is make sure you are ordering from a phone number that you can be reached at if something happens or occurs that we need to get a hold of you at. A lot of times I'll go to a restaurant and they may be out of a certain sandwich or no more fries today. Do they want chips instead? How am I supposed to know? Usually try to text you first through the app, and then if I don't get a response within 2 minutes, I'll go ahead and try to call you. If you don't answer at that point, I have to contact customer support, who will then in turn try to contact you. And if they can't reach you, we have to come up with a solution, either to leave them off or to go with something else. And it's harder as a driver because we want to please you. Our job is to get your order correct, and if not, to get you what you want. I did have an issue with something like that. Check out my rude customer video. I'll have a link up here or somewhere down below. Check that video out and you'll see what I'm talking about, why it's important to leave a phone number that you can be reached at. If for some reason you can't be reached at that certain phone number that you order with, please put it in your notes. Again, a way to reach you or some options so we know what to do as drivers. The next thing I want to talk about is tipping. You know, we work a lot for tips. We get paid very minimal for the delivery, but your tips are very appreciated, trust me. And I know it's hard sometimes for people to tip when they haven't had the item delivered yet and they don't feel comfortable with that. So I'm giving you another option. You can use cash to tip. We have no problem accepting cash on hand when we arrive with your delivery. That way, if you get the delivery and you're satisfied with our customer service and how fast we are and how the order was, you can tip us cash. That way, it's not a problem. I had an individual that actually said in the notes when he scheduled, cash tip upon arrival. And I appreciate that. And it was. He gave me a $5 bill, which was really appreciative. So there is a way to tip otherwise if you don't want to tip beforehand. But we do appreciate getting tips because that's all we live off of. The next thing I want to talk about is the delivery of the food and how you rate us. Now, recently, DoorDash has did a change up on the way they rate. They have a restaurant side and a delivery side. So you can rate the restaurant and you can rate the delivery driver. Now, I don't know if you're aware of the certain situations that come up and how to rate us exactly. So when we go to order the food, place the order for you, or the order has already been placed over the phone for you. What comes up is if we go in there as a driver and I say, okay, is the cheesesteak in there? Yes. Is the fries in there? Is the soup in there? They say yes, yes. I cannot, as a driver, open the container up and look inside and verify it. If I could see through the container, I can. If it's closed up, I can't. We're just not allowed to. We don't have food handlers cards. I do personally, but most people don't. And it's just against policy that we're not supposed to open them up and look in there. We don't handle the food at all. So we have to take the word of the restaurant. So when we deliver that food to you and the order is incorrect, it may not necessarily be the driver's fault. Because if we ask them and they say yes, we have to take their word for it. We double check the items upon arrival before we leave. But again, we can't verify it's actually there. So I want you to understand that when you are rating us, how that happens. Cold food. Now, cold food could be a totally different thing. That could be a driver's fault. That could be a restaurant fault. It just depends on whose fault that is. And that's hard to tell. There's a lot of times I go to the restaurant and they're still cooking the food or haven't even started it yet. I have to wait 20 to 30 minutes to wait for the food to be cooked, then deliver it to you. Now, I always use my bag, and everybody should be using their bag to keep it warm inside. But sometimes the food has already been cooked and it's been sitting there, and it takes me 5-10 minutes to get to the restaurant. It's already been sitting out that time. So whose fault is that? So I just want you to understand that when you go to rate us, you need to think about how you're rating us, because ratings do affect us as drivers, and that can actually hinder us from doing our job, and it could suspend us or actually fire us from the job. And that's really hard to take sometimes for people, because we do try our best out here to get the food to you and delivered correctly and in a timely manner. But just because you decided that the food was cold or the order was incorrect, the driver gets a 1 star, that really hurts us. So just think about that. If you have any questions upon arrival of the driver, you can ask them, why is it cold, or why does it take so long? Give them an opportunity to explain. Also, people that arrive late or really close to the time, sometimes me as a driver, I can accept an order and maybe I'm en route there and I can't seem to find it, the location, or I thought it was closed, and I cancel it. Well, that order is still out there for you. So it goes to another driver. Well, that driver might be 5 minutes away that picks it up. So now he's going. Well, the time that I wasted, the 10 minutes I took me to go over there and look for it, is now on top of him. He doesn't get a new time. The time is against that driver now also to get it to you. So the initial driver may have canceled the order, and now the second driver has picked it up and is delivering it for you. So things do happen, and you as a customer may not know that side of it. So if you question your delivery driver, that is something that can come up. But all it takes is communication. That is the biggest thing between our company, the drivers, and the restaurants, everybody. As long as everybody communicates, this could be a really good opportunity to deliver food to a lot of people for very reasonable rates, and it really helps out everybody all the way around. So if you have any more questions or concerns as a customer, leave a comment below or message me and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I'd like to make future videos for customers. So just let me know, and I'll appreciate all the feedback I get from you, okay? Thumbs up, like this video, subscribe if you want to watch other videos. I appreciate it. You guys take care now.